If you want to start a business with your Cricut, here are 5 projects you could easily sell. Hey crafty friends, I'm Sarah, and today with Creative Fabrica, I'm going to give you 5 sellable project ideas that you can easily make on a Cricut. So if you've been considering starting a business with your cutting machine, you can use this video as inspiration. I'll go over what you need to make each one. I'll give you some ideas of who you could sell them to. I'll give you a brief overview of how to make them. And I'll also go over the pros and cons of each one as well, so that by the end of the video, hopefully you'll know if they're right for you or not. And make sure you do stick around until the end, because I'm also going to share some extra tips with you for other ways you can come up with project ideas to sell. So let's get into it. The first one is vinyl decals, and I am a bit biased with this because I actually had a vinyl decal business for about 7 years that I started with my Cricut, and I still think they are one of the easiest things to sell. Because 1, you don't need any extra inventory other than adhesive vinyl and transfer tape. 2, they are very easy to ship. And 3, you can make a really good profit margin on them, especially if you sell larger decals. You could sell custom designs or pre-made designs like this one from Creative Fabrica, and you can sell them in the wedding and events niche, as labels, for cars, to businesses so they can add them to their shop window. The opportunities are endless. Then to sell them, all you need to do is cut out the design on your machine, weed it, add transfer tape, and then this is how I used to ship mine along with an order form. And you can ship these easily in flat envelopes, or if you sell larger designs, you can roll them and add them to a postal tube. You just need to make sure you send your customer very clear instructions on how to apply them. I found the easiest way to do this was to send a how-to video as well as written instructions. So the pros of decals are that they are really easy to make, so they're perfect for Cricut beginners. They are easy to ship, and there isn't really a big upfront cost as you don't need a lot of inventory. The cons, however, are that you are relying on the customer doing part of the work to apply them, and so that could potentially come with a lot of customer queries. The next one is tote bags. They are another great option because they are fairly cheap to buy in bulk and really easy to make. And again, you can make these for a variety of different niches. You could customize them for bachelorette parties, work with a local sports team, add kids' names to them and sell them as book bags. Always just think about who you're selling to when you're creating your designs. To make and sell these, you would need blank bags, iron-on vinyl, and a heat press as well. This is just for basic single colour or layered colour bags though. If you wanted multicolour designs, you would need a sublimation printer, printable HTV, or to use DTF prints. But as a beginner, sticking with HTV is a good place to start. You would just need to cut your design out of iron-on vinyl, weed it, add to your bag, and apply it with your heat press. And I would recommend getting a heat press rather than using an iron if possible, as this just gives you more of an even press, which means your design should adhere better and last longer. And these are also fairly easy to ship as they can be sent in a postal bag and they are very lightweight. So the pros are that you could sell them to a wide range of people, they are really easy to make, and the blanks are fairly cheap. The cons are that they do require a bit of extra equipment and you can only do single block colour designs if you're using iron-on vinyl. I don't know about you, but we have so many bookmarks in this house, yet I still bought a new one the other day. So that just proves there is definitely still a market for bookmarks, especially as BookTok is still so popular. And there are multiple ways you can make bookmarks. You can get blank acrylic shapes like these and decorate them with vinyl. So for that you would need the blank, adhesive vinyl and transfer tape. You can cut your own bookmarks out of card and add laminate to make them more sturdy. So for this you would need a printer, card and laminate. Or you can also make magnetic bookmarks using magnetic paper, or use card and add magnets to the back. Again, a printer would be needed for that, as well as card and magnets or magnetic paper. And these could be sold generally to people who love to read, but you're probably going to stand out more if you can get more specific and target people who have other interests and hobbies as well, and maybe sell them within that niche as gifts. So the pros are that there are multiple ways of making these depending on what materials you want to use. Again, they would be easy to ship as they are quite small, and they are a great item to sell if your business is targeting a very specific niche that likes to read. The cons are mostly that they are a fairly low price item, so your profit margin might be quite slim. Cake toppers are great because you can sell them all year round. And these could be sold for birthdays, weddings, graduation, holidays, any kind of celebration or event. And if you could team up with a local cake maker or bakery, then you have an instant customer base as well. Again, there are a few different ways to make these. You can get acrylic blanks and add vinyl to those. So you would just need the blank, adhesive vinyl and transfer tape for those. You can cut a design like this out of card or a sturdy material and attach that to a stick. Then you can also cut layers out of card and stick those together, then add rods to the bottom. So for that you would need good quality cardstock, glue and or foam tape and acrylic rods. Then once you get the hang of card toppers, you can start experimenting with more layers, print and cut elements and shaker designs like this. There are so many great templates to choose from on Cricut Fabrica, and you can see the variety of different celebrations and styles you can do. The pros are that if you can do a good job, you'll have customers coming back to you over and over again for multiple celebrations throughout the year. The cons are that the more complicated multi-layer designs do require a lot of different materials and time to assemble. Then my last idea for you is bows. These can be pre-bought bows that are customized for different events and occasions, like these ones on Etsy, or you can make your own using felt or leather or pleather, and then you could also personalize these too. And again, these are great for weddings and bachelorette parties, as well as for kids for their dance competitions or vacations. If you want to decorate pre-existing bows, you would just need a bow, iron-on vinyl and a heat press. But for leather and felt, you may only be able to make those on the Cricut Maker depending on the thickness of the material and which blade you have. So if you only have an Explore or Joy machine, you can try faux leather instead, and all that requires is cutting a template like this from Cricut Fabrica out of faux leather and gluing that together using a hot glue gun. Then you would just need to affix a hair clip on the back of that as well. The pros of these are that they are very easy to make and you can decorate and make them in so many different ways. But I would say the cons are that they have potentially less avenues in which you could sell them compared to the other items that I mentioned. Then, as promised at the beginning, here are just a few of the ways you could find project ideas to sell. Cricut Fabrica is actually a great place to start. That's what I do when I need ideas, as there are so many different designs and templates for things you could sell, and they come with a commercial license too. Then you could also check out Pinterest for Cricut ideas to sell. There are tons of blog posts on there for inspiration. If you want to get a bit more specific and niche down, then you can use keyword tools like EverBee to find out what customers are actually looking for. Just use a more general term connected to what you want to make and look for keywords that have plenty of searches but a bit less competition with other sellers, and that is how you can find ideas that are a bit more likely to stand out in the crowd. Then I also recommend looking at trend reports like Pinterest Predicts, just to see what is going to be popular for the year ahead and see if that sparks any ideas for you as well. There's so much opportunity for selling the items I mentioned, but there is obviously a lot of competition as well. So I would recommend choosing one niche to begin with. If you can make that a really specific niche, even better, purely because it's easier to market something when you have a clear customer in mind rather than trying to sell everything to everyone when you're first starting out. So are you going to try selling any of these? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share with all of your crafty friends. Until next time, happy crafting.